Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar today. My name is Elliot Haralambous, Global Ecosystem Director at Backbase, and we're thrilled to have you for this webinar. I'd like to introduce Thomas Matthew. Over to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Elliot. My name is Thomas Matthew, and I'm the technology lead in the Global Partner Solutions org within Microsoft for the financial services industry. I have the privilege of working very closely with our strategic partners like Backbase on the technology front. I've been working with Microsoft for over 2 decades now, and in the financial services space for over almost 3 decades in general.
Fantastic, Thomas. So we're absolutely thrilled to have everyone on this webinar today. Really what we're looking to unpack is how banks, credit unions and financial institutions can create frictionless end-to-end customer experiences, both for the employee and for the end customer.
So last year, we partnered to connect the category-leading Backbase Engagement Banking Platform to the power and scale of Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. We did this to empower banks and financial institutions across the world to accelerate their digital transformation journeys. At Microsoft and Backbase, we share a vision to break down the barriers for our customers so they can execute faster, cheaper, on a larger scale, and most importantly, you can do this securely. Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services is built on existing Microsoft Cloud capabilities that span Dynamics 365, Microsoft 365, Azure, etc. We are reliant on our partner solutions like Backbase Engagement Banking Platform to leverage and extend our underlying capabilities to transform banking with front-to-back solutions.
Fantastic, Thomas, and I think that's a really good summary. We're really excited today to really unpack the product value of our relationship, understand better how we can deliver value for both customers and employees within financial institutions, and most importantly, show you the capabilities that we can deliver to your end customers. Earlier, we spoke with Christian Zarathides, Worldwide Business Development Lead at Microsoft, and we really unpacked the business value of how banks can unburden their digital transformation with Backbase and Microsoft. During that, we spoke a lot about the recommendations that apply to both greenfield, mid-market, and enterprise banks. Perhaps, Thomas, you'd like to speak a little bit more about that content series.
Sure. I watched the webinar, and I really liked how Christian and you broke down your recommendations. For greenfield banks and financial institutions, you recommended a fast and furious approach by leveraging out-of-the-box capabilities. For mid-market banks and credit unions, you recommended prescriptive approach, wherein there is no need to reinvent the wheel, but drive focus on differentiating capabilities. Enterprise banks and financial institutions are the most complex, for whom you recommended a mix and match approach, extending and building out differentiators while reusing existing business process capabilities.
The real focus of today is all about how. How can we show the product truth of how Backbase and Microsoft come together to solve these challenges and really unpack some of the capabilities both in the Backbase offering, the suite of Microsoft's offering across Power Platform, Dynamics, and Teams, and most importantly, how we wrap that all together with the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. So when you think about the Backbase EBP, it's totally focused on enriching and uplifting the customer experience of the end customers of banks. When we think about the different offerings of Microsoft across Dynamics, Power Platform, and Cloud for Financial Services, it's very much focused around being the enterprise scale leader for employee productivity and employee experiences. When we come together, we strongly both believe, in my opinion, that this provides an end-to-end transformational banking stack.
Yeah, the Backbase's engagement banking platform is tightly integrated with Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services to empower and to assist the employees for customer servicing. So when a customer needs assistance, advanced analytics capabilities via Microsoft Dynamics and the underlying capabilities like customer insights, help employees serve and delight their customers.
Fantastic, Thomas. And just to be really clear here, I mean, Backbase as a offering, our engagement banking capability is all around digital onboarding, digital lending, digital banking, which is all around self-service. And then we come together to provide those employee experiences across empowering customer service agents, but also empowering different bank employees from marketeers, employee internal resources, and most importantly, IT. Today, we're going to unpack that a little bit more and really get into the details of how these worlds collide and how they provide value to banks and financial institutions. Let's step into the shoes of the bank customers and the end employees, who in the end are the actual users of our joint proposition.
Well, customers today have high expectations from their banks and demand banking to be built around their needs. Customer engagement and servicing go hand in hand, and the technology and infrastructure have to support both customers and employees. Perhaps we should take a moment to look at how the Backbase engagement layer and the Microsoft Cloud interact.
Fantastic. Thank you, Thomas. And if you look at the visual that we're seeing here, it can be simplified to one direction. Backbase is the leader in the customer engagement domain, so how customers actually interact with their banking day to day. Microsoft is, with the security and scale and the enterprise strength of Microsoft, they are the leader in the infrastructure domain. And then there's a number of different business applications, business capabilities, such as the Power Platform, such as Dynamics, and such as Microsoft Office, that can connect these worlds that we can basically empower both employees and customers together. In this first scenario, we'll see what happens when an existing customer requires assistance. So here's a customer who already has a savings account with the bank and wants to check their account balance via the app, possibly also transfer the funds during the app. But as it often happens when we start using a new app, we need guidance. Ideally, the UI should be intuitive or have guided activation. Effectively, we need to know what to do. If it is too difficult to use the app, it will lead to frustrations. Customers will abandon the app and then often reach out to the bank's branch or call centers instead. We know that this is an expensive channel that we want to avoid as a bank employee. What this really means is that there's a lower use of the digital channel adoption, and then ultimately there's a higher cost to service those customers. Banks really need to reduce these high costs, and high volume interactions are immediately a red flag, as it means that something basic is broken, ambiguous, and ultimately not working for the organization. Banks always, in our opinion, want to reduce these high volume, cost to serve, and minimize costs over time. As we know it, chatbots are a lifesaver and quite popular as a non-intrusive method of asking for help. This customer in question will do just that. It will ask a virtual chatbot for assistance, and that the chatbot will guide them through the process. Backbase is fully committed to supporting this kind of interaction, but one of the great offerings in the market today is the Microsoft Power Platform, which enables chatbot functionality through the Power Virtual Agent and drastically reduces the strain on employees, which in turn lowers the cost of servicing. So let's have a quick look at the demo, and I'd love everyone to really think about the impacts not only to the CSRs or the customer service reps, but also how this will reduce the IT costs of the organization and the servicing costs in totality.
We're following Lisa Carter, who is an existing client of our demo bank. Today, Lisa is going to log into the mobile banking app for the very first time. She wants to check the balance of her accounts, make a transfer, and make use of the virtual chatbots. Let's start by logging in. Lisa already has her credentials, so we'll log in using her email and password. Backbase also provides integrated security features to authenticate the user, which are based on FIDO UAF standards. This allows the user to securely register the device using biometrics, backed by public and private key encryption. We are going to enable Face ID and a backup PIN code to make sure the user can still log in case the biometrics are unable to recognize the user. We'll set a 5-digit code and we are done. Let's go ahead and log in. You'll now get to see the Accounts and Transactions overview. This is a default view, or the out-of-the-box view that Backbase offers. The bank can configure this overview and customize if desired. Here we see an overview of all of Lisa's accounts and their current balances. Next, Lisa clicks on her checking account to get a bit more information, and you'll see that the transaction overview appears. Backbase provides the ability to categorize transactions, so if you click on a transaction, you'll get to see additional information about the transaction. If Lisa clicks on the top one, for example, she'll see that this transaction is a withdrawal. She can also see the counterparty account number and description. Based on the available information, we can extend this transaction overview with merchant information or other account details such as account interest, etc. Lisa can also check her account details, such as the account number, the account name, the account type, and the opening date of her account. Going back to the transaction overview, Lisa is also able to search, sort, and filter transactions with the user-friendly and mobile-optimized filters. If she clicks on Search, she can look for transactions of a specific amount, like, for example, between $50 and $200. Click on Apply, and she'll get to see all relevant search results. When a core banking platform does not include any search, sort, or filtering capabilities, Backbase can provide these via its persistence and enrichment capabilities using Azure SQL. This will significantly increase performance, but also reduce latency and cost of calls to downstream systems, such as the core banking platform. Now let's go back to Lisa. Lisa is keen to learn how to make payments, so she goes to the chat to use the virtual assistant. This functionality is powered by Microsoft Power Virtual Agent and is fully customizable to the bank requirements. Lisa types her question in the chat and hits Search, after which she gets an immediate response informing her she can easily make payments and transfers by tapping the Move Money button at the bottom of her screen. Now that Lisa knows what action to perform, she goes on to click the Move Money button. She wants to transfer money from her checking account to her savings account, so she clicks on Make a Transfer and selects the right accounts. She types in the amount she wants to transfer, $144, and clicks on Continue to Review. Lisa is now presented with a summary of her transfer, the transaction amount, and when the order will be executed. Everything looks good, so she continues to finalize the transaction by tapping the Confirmation button. And as you can see, the transfer is done. So, to summarize, Backbase provides out-of-the-box, native mobile applications for customers to quickly and easily service their accounts. These apps are intuitive, easy to navigate, and can be easily integrated with capabilities such as Microsoft Power Virtual Agents to provide contextual help to customers.
Although, Thomas, I must say that I prefer to use a web version. Just because it's on a larger screen, the layouts are expansive, and I can simply hover over the features rather than click on them as we need to do it on our mobiles. And what would be the customer's experience who have used the mobile version but now wants to dig deeper? Perhaps to add a note to the transactions. I do this often, like many of the viewers, I'm sure. From a bank standpoint, how can we make the customer experience richer? How can we develop intuitive abilities that will help the customers achieve their goals? Let's dive deeper and have a look.
Backbase is an omni-channel engagement banking platform. We offer native mobile apps as well as responsive web apps. We'll start this demo with Lisa logging into the web environment using her credentials, just like she did in the mobile app demo, and clicking Sign In. The same data and features are available for both mobile and web, and the customer authentication is managed on the Backbase Identity platform. Now that Lisa has logged in, you can see an overview of her different accounts, as well as a quick transfer widget. You'll notice that Lisa gets to see the exact same data as presented on mobile. However, on desktop, we can make use of the larger screen size and present additional capabilities, such as the quick payment module and additional account details, directly on the account summary. Lisa's checking account on the web portal includes the same information as available on her mobile app, including the last transaction made via her mobile device during the previous demo. When a user searches transactions via the web portal, using a larger screen and hardware such as mouse or trackpad, Backbase offers refined segregation options. So if Lisa clicks Search or uses Filter, she'll get to see a lot more variables to browse her transaction history. For example, if Lisa searches for transfers and taps Apply, she'll see all the different transfers that she made. If we click on her last transfer of $144, the one made via her mobile phone, Lisa can add a note to remind herself of the transaction details. For example, she can add that this transaction was an additional monthly deposit to her savings account and tap Save. This is an example of data that can be persisted in the Backbase data model without the underlying core services directly supporting it. When Lisa opens the virtual agent in the web portal to ask the same question as via mobile, she'll receive specific guidance on how to make a payment on the web. So when Lisa asks how to make a payment, she'll receive a slightly different message on the web portal versus her mobile phone. If Lisa wants to transfer money to her own account, the chat will advise her on the steps to take and prompt if this solution was helpful. As said before, those powerful virtual agents are immensely powerful and can be configured with any such contextual help. Moreover, they have the ability to interact with data from Backbase's APIs or data stored in the database. If Lisa wants to make a transfer via the web portal, she'll revisit her account overview and use the quick transfer option to transfer $150 from her checking account to her savings account. She'll click on Transfer Now, see a transaction summary, and confirm the transaction. All done. Lisa just transferred $150. It's good to know that underlying is the same API and mechanism we saw being used on the Backbase mobile platform, whilst giving a context-enhanced experience to the user. Let's go back to her checking account, where Lisa can see that the transaction of $150 has been immediately processed. As well as the out-of-the-box native apps for iOS and Android, Backbase also provides responsive web apps out of the box, containing all the core required functionality for the customer. Feature parity and the reuse of the same underlying APIs leads to an accelerated deployment between channels whilst facilitating optimized UX and engagement with each channel. As with the mobile apps, the web apps can easily be themed to the bank's branding with the Backbase design system. Theme tokens are shared between mobile and web to accelerate this process.
We shared a couple of examples of customers. Let's switch it up a bit and look at the employees. One of the key aspects of partnering is that we integrated unified customer profile capabilities in Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services with Backbase's Digital Assist. Unified customer profile and Backbase Digital Assist integration focuses on customer servicing aspects, which is an absolute must for banks today. Employees have a 360 view of customer needs with the unified customer profile and the out-of-the-box dashboards. Equipped with this 360 view, employees are able to not only assist customers, but also have access to all aspects of customers' financial needs. For example, track progress of a major life event like purchasing a property or car. Let's take a look.
Now let's have a look at the combined power of Microsoft Dynamics and Backbase. We'll log in as Charles, a customer service representative at a bank. He will use his standard bank-wide credentials to log into the Dynamics environment, from where he can service customers. We are going to take a close look at Dynamics 365 with the financial services industry FSI add-on enabled to provide rich FSI-focused CRM and Customer 360 capabilities. Now that Charles is logged into Microsoft Dynamics, he is able to see his entire customer base thanks to a synchronization between Backbase and Dynamics. Dynamics provides the customer-centric profile information and initial 360 customer view. Backbase provides the financial holdings data that we saw in the Backbase apps used by Lisa Carter. This data is then used by Dynamics and other Microsoft tools. When we scroll down and click on Lisa Carter's profile, Charles can see a full 360 view of her data. Dynamics aggregates the financial holding data of Backbase with CRM data, such as enhanced customer profile information and live events. It shows all this information in an out-of-the-box desktop view for the employee's consumption. This is what we call the unified customer profile. Charles can use the customer snapshot on the left with some of Lisa's details like her address and occupation. Charles can also look into Lisa's live events and financial holding information. If Charles goes into the financial holdings dashboard, he gets to see a breakdown of Lisa's different accounts, which are in sync with what he saw in our two previous demos of the Backbase environment and apps. This overview gives Charles a clear summary of all of Lisa's financial holdings at the bank. One of the powers of Microsoft Dynamics is to track live events related to the customer, which can be used to personalize services to that individual. For example, if Charles goes to Lisa's summary dashboard and clicks Residence, he can add a life event. So let's say Lisa talked to a bank advisor about buying a new house in the near future, which means she is likely interested in a mortgage to purchase the property. Charles is then able to create a life event describing her interest, which triggers a workflow in Dynamics from a customer relationship management perspective. In our next demo, we'll see that within the Backbase Engagement Banking Platform, this life event can be used to trigger personalized interactions in the banking application. So here, Charles is going to select the type of purchase and date and save in Lisa's profile in Microsoft Dynamics. The unified customer profile gives the bank's employees a great wealth of information thanks to this high-level customer 360 view. But if Charles wants to serve a customer in Backbase, for example, to lock or unlock their account or deauthenticate a mobile device and their payments and transactions in a bit more detail, Backbase provides a digital assist application. Charles can seamlessly go from the Customer 360 view in Dynamics to the Backbase Digital Assist application to service Lisa's account. As you can see, Charles only needs to tap Manage User on the Customer 360 view, which uses a deep link to show Lisa's profile in the Backbase application. Charles uses his regular credentials and, as you can see, does not need to re-authenticate to view Lisa's profile, as the Azure Active Directory is used to authenticate both applications. In the Backbase's Digital Assist application, Charles can perform several customer service actions like, for example, locking or unlocking Lisa's account. He can also view an overview of Lisa's financial products, which are synced to the unified customer profile data in Microsoft Dynamics. Charles can also take a look at Lisa's checking account and view the transactions that were created during the past 2 demos. All key transaction details are available, as well as extra info beneath the fold. If we view Lisa's other accounts, we can spot her latest transaction of $144 and access Lisa's additional notes, which she added during our previous demo and are synced to Backbase's Digital Assist application. So, to sum things up, Dynamics 365 provides the 360 customer view with a unified customer profile enriched with financial holding information provided by Backbase. Beyond the 360 overview of the customer, when servicing is required, bank employees like Charles can deep link directly to the Backbase Digital Assist application to help the customer.
Pretty cool. We have built this already, but there is more. The Microsoft and Backbase integration is also helpful for employees to cross-sell and upsell to customers, and we leverage data and insights for it. We talked about how customers today demand a tailored experience, just like they expect from all other apps and platforms they use. Imagine a content streaming service when you have an account and you watch, skip, like, share videos on it. After a while, the service starts to recommend videos that you are more likely to watch. The way users consume content is influenced by collecting data to generate insights and predict patterns. Similarly, banks can learn from their customers to pitch services and bundles to their customers based on their behavior, profile, and financial health. Microsoft Dynamics and the underlying customer insights, coupled with Backbase Digital Engage, equip marketing managers at banks with the right tools to not only drive customer engagement, but to grow their revenue. Here's how.
In this demo, we're putting ourselves in the shoes of Mike, a bank marketing manager. Mike will use data points from Microsoft Dynamics and customer insights to target the bank's customers with relevant and timely marketing messages within the Backbase banking apps to enhance their financial experience. Let's log in and see how Mike can personalize the Backbase banking application with data from Dynamics CRM to enable cross-sell, upsell, and beyond. He will use Backbase Digital Engage and leverage the CRM data of our customer Lisa to personalize her experience of the banking app and web portal. As with the Backbase Digital Assist tool, all bank employees are stored in Azure Active Directory, so Mike can use his bank-wide login details to also authenticate in the Digital Engagement application. This is the overview of the Backbase Digital Engagement application. An engagement is synonymous with the concept of a campaign. Each engagement in Backbase Digital Engage includes content to show the customers on one or more channels, a defined audience segment, and how long the campaign will run. As the bank's marketing director, Mike can configure multiple engagements and set triggers based on the time window, audience segment, and channel. If there is any overlap, a priority can be specified and the highest priority will be shown. If there is a total matching criteria, a random choice will be selected from applicable engagements. If we look at audiences, this defines a segment of users we want to target. In Backbase Digital Engage, Mike can create as many audiences as needed. The overview page shows the estimated reach versus the total number of customers that are included in the audience. But how do you define a new audience? Digital Engage is a pluggable solution, so Mike can build connectors that will source users from any system. Mike clicks on Create Audience and adds a segment. In the dropdown, he can select one of the out-of-the-box segments provided by Backbase, such as retail customers, or the customer's type of product, such as a loan. Segments include also life events from Microsoft Dynamics, or even external segmentation done in Microsoft Customer Insights. Basically, any data source that's available to the bank via customer data connectors can be used in this overview or to build a segment. For example, if Mike selects retail customers and the product kind is loan, he can add a segment that fetches data from Microsoft Dynamics, such as future resident purchase, within the next 30 days. And this is how you create an audience within Backbase Digital Engage. After saving the audience segment, Mike goes back to the Engagement tab to look into the Mortgage Prospects. This engagement allows him to share targeted content across channels, such as in-app display banners, to convey a specific message to his audience. Metrics are collected for each engagement performance when the campaign is running, and are available within the simple and intuitive interface of Backbase Digital Engage. Mike can easily check the start and the end date of the engagement, the banner click-through rate, number of impressions and clicks, all of which aggregated in the engagement performance dashboard. Mike can also review and edit the actual engagement content, which in this case is a banner. Banners are just one of the channels he can use within Backbase Digital Engage to embed personalized content targeted to customers using their banking app. The Backbase mobile banking apps offer multiple spaces across various screens, such as the Accounts and Transaction screen. Here, the banners can be triggered to appear upon the customer's first login. Mike is able to easily customize the creative, download a template, pick a specific space within the banking app, change the landing page, etc. The banner will not only appear in the mobile banking app, but in the web environment as well. When customers become part of an audience, they will also be shown the corresponding engagement material. The banner that Mike just created is going to be part of Lisa's web environment. In our previous demo, Charles, the bank employee, added a life event of a future residence purchase to Lisa's unified customer profile. This means she is now automatically included in the audience of prospective mortgage customers. Once the end date of the live event expires, Lisa will automatically be removed from the audience segment, making way for alternative engagement content or materials to be shown. To show you the actual banner from the customer's point of view, let's log into Lisa's account via the banking web environment. You'll see that Mike's installed banner now appears as the life event was created in Lisa's unified customer profile in Microsoft Dynamics. Mike created this campaign and the engagement content within Backbase Digital Engage and now shows in Lisa's banking portal and mobile app. To go full circle, let's go back to Microsoft Dynamics and log in as Charles, the bank customer service representative. Here, Charles will look up Lisa's customer profile and see that the live event he created in our previous demo is still there. However, if Charles removes Lisa's purchase event and we refresh the Backbase Digital Engage audience, we see that the audience number for future residence purchase has synced accordingly and decreased to 0. Lisa is no longer part of that specific audience segment. We can double-check this by refreshing Lisa's web portal, and we now see the banner has been removed. This perfectly shows the seamless data flow between Microsoft Dynamics, Backbase Digital Assist, and Backbase Digital Engage. Backbase Digital Engage is a powerful tool that can be used to trigger personalized engagements based on the bank's internal segmentation, but becomes much more powerful and personalized when coupled with Microsoft Dynamics capabilities such as life events and unified customer profile data.
Thomas, that's really interesting because we can really see the flow from how a customer engages with the bank, how that information comes through the business application suite of Dynamics, how that's surfaced through the cloud for financial services, and most importantly impacts both reduced cost to serve and increased revenue, really shows this is a compelling end-to-end solution of both our organizations that's applicable to as banks, credit unions, and most importantly, large financial institutions. Wow, Thomas, we've covered a lot of ground today. Why don't you take us through a quick recap of some of the points we've covered?
Sure, we talked about Backbase Microsoft partnership, how together we are helping banks accelerate their digital transformation journeys while re-architecting banking around their customers and empowering employees.
Last time we spoke, we talked about what banks and financial institutions can do. Well, in this webinar, we show you the how. You saw different scenarios of banking simplified for both customers and employees through our powerful integrations and Backbase and Microsoft joint offering. Demo number 1 showed an existing customer using their mobile banking application. This provided an intuitive banking experience with easier onboarding and increasing customer loyalty. The clear benefits to the bank are, of course, around increasing market share and in growing the top line. The second demo showed a customer using the web experience for deeper interactions with their existing banking system, serving all the needs across the customer lifecycle, and providing a rich experience and enhancing the stickiness of your platform. Demos 3 and 4 were both employee-focused on how they resolve customer problems, but also cross-sell and upsell them. I can't stress enough how important customer service is today. Higher engagement and retention. This provides higher engagement and retention potential, lower costs of servicing, higher success rates, and ultimately driving bottom line margins. Now, Thomas, thank you so much for your commitment today, and really enjoyed the time that we've spent together.
Thank you, Elliot. I just want to share, it's been an amazing partnership with Backbase on a joint mission to transform both the customer experience and the employee experience for financial institutions, leveraging Microsoft Cloud and Backbase Engagement Banking Platform.
Fantastic, Thomas. And once again, I'm Elliot Haralambis, and I really hope that those who are watching this webinar today, please reach out to your counterparts at both Microsoft and Backbase to understand a little bit more about how we can provide an end-to-end solution and solve some of your biggest challenges. Furthermore, there's over 45 different Microsoft technology centers in which you can co-innovate, co-design, and basically get into an execution model in person across the world. So really look forward to reaching out. Please get in contact for more information, and we look forward to seeing the new content series. Thank you.